Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Marvel Contest of Champions, and this is episode 7 of the Waning Moon series walkthrough. We are currently in part 2 of chapter 2, Waxing Crescent, and these videos have been taking a long time, so I'm just jumping straight in. I've already pre-selected a team, we're ready to go. Just gotta get into the dialogue and get into the fights. We're getting close, Summoner. I keep getting a tingling. That's natural for young boys like you when growing up, Spotty. Not that kind, you Weapon X reject. When this is all done, I'll tell you all about the birds and the bees, or the spiders and the flies. I don't know if a thematic metaphor works better for you. Really, the more we get into this, the more I absolutely love the the Deadpool dialogue. And this map, I haven't looked at it, but it looks huge just from the start. Oh, we actually had pre-selected Wolverine for us, which is a character that we did not get to see in action in the last portion of this series. Wolverine in fights is definitely much better when he is duplicated. He's not bad when he's not duplicated, especially now that his bleed ability stacks. But the reason that you want him duplicated more than anything is for his cellular regeneration props. And I'm sure most of you have already seen it before already in the past, because Wolverine's one of the most diabolical champions to have to go up against if he's like a duplicate 4-star. His... Well, let's pop right back out here real quick. It's not unlocked on this, but cellular regeneration allows more stacks on regeneration, which, as you can see, hits a level 5 at or around rank 3. Can't remember where exactly it hit 5 at, but that's the reason why he's so dangerous when he's duplicated, because he can just sit and regen. I have heard horror stories from Realm of Legends about Wolverine and how awful he is to fight because of his cellular regeneration. I personally think, and I know that for a long time, that Electro was the means of fixing that issue. Whoa, wow, I got hit. But I personally think that taking Doctor Strange in against Wolverine would be good. Doctor Strange, or even though it's an off class to the mutant, Black Widow, she'd definitely have to be pretty high up duplicate. It'd have to be pretty high up on the duplicate level. But Black Widow's ability, no, this is exactly the matchup I'm talking about. But her subtly, I don't think it would allow for his cellular regeneration to pop up as much as it frequently does. Like, it's not triggering it on me right now, so his level 1 ability is not the greatest. Level 2 ability is pretty good. Level 3 is pretty awesome to watch. But he's definitely one of those champions that you want to be duplicated. You want to duplicate Wolverine, which obviously we don't have. But no biggie. Winter Soldier. Basically a alternate skin of the Punisher with a different signature ability. Everything else on the two is the same. Everything is basically the same. As far as moveset goes, it's just a clone with different signature abilities, and just got hit by that, which is not good. Especially if I don't get him killed. Oh, why did I do that? Oh well, at least it didn't stun me. He's pretty much just a clone of the Punisher. So there's not much else that can be said there. They both have Fury, they both have Bleed. They have the exact same L1, L2, and L3. The only difference is different skin and different synergy bonuses. Get ambushed by Moon Knight. Heck no, Wolverine's going to carve him up. I really want Moon Knight, like, super bad. I absolutely love Moon Knight. Moon Knight, to me, is like Batman meets Nightwing meets Red Hood. So he's to me he's kind of like all of the Batman, like a lot of the Batman characters all rolled into one big ball. And I'm probably gonna get some people commenting about that. He's not. Yeah, he kind of is. Ms. Marvel, my favorite of the two Marvel skins. It's if only I could duplicate this one, but I honestly think that Captain Marvel has the better signature ability with her absorption. But Ms. Marvel is just so pretty. That's the only reason I don't like her. No, thought I was going to run out of energy doing this one, but apparently not. It's okay. So you finally caught up. Moon Knight, come quietly when you can avoid a fight here. We're both good guys, right? You may be, but there are many villains here, and much good to be done. Why are you wasting your time trying to stop me? And why are you with him? Not my choice. Seriously. What he means is he doesn't hang out with chumps like you, Moon Man. I don't think words are going to suffice. Oop. Did it again. All yours, Summoner. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it's all ours. It's always ours. Wolverine's going to carve him up again. I don't care if it's telling me to take another champion in. That his L1 ability is just friggin' amazing looking. All of his signature moves are absolutely amazing looking as far as I'm concerned. So that's one leg down. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, a piece of candy. What? That's all we get for chapter completion? Nah, I was expecting some, like, 4-star shards. Kabam's not that nice, though. Maybe for the chapter, like, exploration completion thing, jigger stuff and things and junk. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Chapter 2, Aggravator. Yeah. Woo! A whole 50! That's awesome. Not. Bam really needs to be stepping up their game. Okay. Filter. Let's take in a... Ooh, let's take in Hulk. Who do we want to get rid of? A tech. Let's see who we can take in out of the Punisher. Mutant. Storm. Cosmics. There's so many cosmic champions, it's not even funny. Gamora. Mystic. Iron Fist. It looks good to me. Gamora was one of my first 3 champions. I think Colossus was actually my first 4-star champion. It was either Colossus or Gamora. I can't remember exactly. It's been so long ago. But Gamora definitely has a place in my heart for being there so long. I just wish she was duplicated because her assassination ability is what makes her. I mean, she's got an awesome bleed, and she's a tough, powerful, like rough hitting champion. But that assassination is just absolutely phenomenal. My 3-star Gamora is at max level, rank 4 level 40 of 40. So she does get put into the rotation during arena quests, or not arena quests, but you know what I mean, arena, during the arenas, and I absolutely love taking her up against people because an L1 placed perfectly and the assassination proc on it, they're going down. there's there's no question about it. Like, she's gonna, like, obliterate them. If she doesn't obliterate them, the bleed from it will do the rest for you after a few punches, and then they're done. That's the best thing about her. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. I don't like using the refills when there's one energy left. I'll use the small energies as opposed to a full energy. I really wish they would have went with a different skin with Storm. I like Storm. I don't dig this version of Storm. I more prefer the white with the long hair from the animated series in the 90s. I'm a big animated series kind of guy. I grew up on that stuff. It's I just love watching it. I've actually been watching some of the Batman of the animated series on Amazon Prime recently. I don't think it's exactly like from the start. I think it's like the later portions of it when they tried to combine Batman and Superman, the animated series, and so on and so forth. But ooh, what do we got here? I've heard Moon Knight believes he's the reincarnation of some Egyptian god of vengeance. Think it's true? I've seen crazier things, I guess. Hell, I've been crazier things. Never doubt the power of believing in yourself. Big Bertha taught me that. Who? This really isn't taking as long as the last ones. We may actually get to squeeze in another leg of this one. I don't know about finish it in one video or not. We're already at the 16 and almost 30, 16 minutes, almost 30 seconds mark. We'll probably be able to get another leg in. I like how they actually make you go through the whole thing to get like dialogue portions too, because I do not remember that from the first time we went through. I may have accidentally skipped it. Who knows? You guys can be the judge. You'll remember better than I do. I have a very, very bad memory. I've discussed Punisher before in the past. I'm actually getting to the point where we've taken in so many of the champions now that I've discussed most of them. I think the only ones that really don't get talked about that much are the ones that I take into the Alliance quest, because obviously they're occupado. So obviously we're taking Gamora in on this one, and we have discussed Gamora. I've discussed in the past too that Guardians of the Galaxy is by far my all-time favorite Marvel movie of all times. That movie was so hilarious, it's not even funny, and it had such a good. The storyline was awesome in it, as far as I'm concerned. The characters, the people that played the characters were great. It's one of the only movies that Vin Diesel has ever done that I actually kind of like. I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked Vin Diesel back in the day, but I also liked AC/DC whenever I was younger too, and it's just like, yeah, not anymore. AC/DC kind of just got burnt out to me because it was, there were so many AC/DC songs that were played during the warm-ups of my high school's basketball team's warm-up session before the games. It wasn't even funny. It's like you can't, yeah. You can only hear AC/DC so much before you start to just want to pull your hair out. No offense to anyone out there who likes AC/DC. It's just, I think it's pretty much goes to say for anything else too. You see something too much, and you hear something too much, and eventually it begins to get on your nerves. Come on, there you go. Let's block it. That still did a pretty decent amount of damage. Boom. Most of the time they block that. I'm surprised that even hit. One more down, and yeah, we're going some more. We're not even at the 20-minute mark. We can get another round in. Some of you guys are watching these videos, and I appreciate that completely, that you're sticking through them and watching them. If you are. No, don't blame me if you don't. These are long. This is one of the reasons I probably haven't done these series in the past. I like doing the shorter videos for you guys because I know that it can be tiresome having to sit here and watch this stuff too. Let's edit the team one more time. I didn't do anything with Iron Fist that time, so I want to keep him in there. Hulk I'm going to substitute out for Yellow Jacket. Punisher I'm going to take out for Black Widow. I don't want to take Colossus in, so where are my mutants at? Let's take in Magneto. And Thor. That looks good. That's a pretty snazzy looking team. You got Yellow Jacket, Magneto kind of floating there on their own in the background, doing their thing, being cool. I know that did not come off cool whatsoever. I'm surprised that the last one before this had the little areas where you had to have certain champions before you could go in, and this one does not at all. That's weird to me. Usually the further along you go, if you see those, then the ones after it are going to have it too. Like the Ultron. My dear Lord, Ultron. That last mission in Ultron was... Whoa. That was crazy. That was huge. I think they learned from that too, that maybe the maps shouldn't be that, like, dynamic and huge. That thing took forever to complete, it felt like. I'm trying to think. I think maybe I finished the Magneto one. I think I did. I don't think I finished... I know I didn't finish at least one of them. I don't think I finished the Ant-Man arena, like their little special event. I didn't finish it. I mean, most of the time work just really kicks my butt. We've seen that one. Most of the time work just really kicks my butt, so I don't have time to finish these things. Because there's so many other things that really need the attention more than completing quests and things of that nature. Like the Alliance quests, and sometimes it's arenas. Right now is probably a really good time to be doing these, though, because of the quest completion. That's the one thing that I like about Ant-Man when he's duplicated, is that glancing, because my god, like if you go up against a 4-star duplicate Ant-Man, it takes so long to beat him. Mine is not duplicated, my 3-star is, but the 4-star is not, but it's just ridiculous. And Ant-Man is, if you go up against a champion that has that, I can't think of it because I don't have it, but the one of the newer abilities where for every stack of negative that is placed on them, they regen health. Ant-Man is the absolute worst champion to take up against those people because of his fatigue that he stacks. It's like fighting a brick wall most of the time. That's another champion right there that I'm waiting to come out in the regular crystals to hopefully get. Oh, love War Machine. Overall, Kabam's actually been doing pretty good with their new champions. Ant-Man's not exactly the best, but he's pretty good. Yellow Jacket is absolutely amazing. The Magnetos, they're good if you know how to use them and you take them up against the right champions. They're good. War Machine's great. Iron Patriot's kind of, you know. X-Force Deadpool, a lot of people don't seem to like him. He has an awesome bleed, though. Like, the bleed is absolutely crazy on him. I know he probably does need some kind of health regen as well, but you can't make a champion like completely unstoppable. That's if maybe the bleed had been lowered a little bit, then that could have been a possibility, but I just don't see it happening. So, uh, and then Moon Knight. Moon Knight is just like completely OP. It's just like completely awesome. I mean, it's not even on the level that you see from some of these other ones. It's just new fight style, new L1, L2, L3 that haven't been used before, and it's something that Kabam had needed to do a long time ago, and probably should have done with all of their champions. I know it's easier for them just to retool and reskin champions so that we get more put out, but there's so much money being poured into this game that it shouldn't be an issue for them just to do a little bit extra every now and again. That's just my opinion. I mean, I love the game. Obviously, this is the only game that I record and play for you guys. Boom. You know what? I'm going to finish this one shot. There's only one more leg of this after this fight, and we haven't hit the 30-minute mark yet. It's going to go over 30 minutes, probably by a decent amount, but I'm going to finish it. I'm not gonna waste time. There's only one more portion that we have to do, so I'm just gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it done. Take Magneto. I'm just gonna keep the same team too. Heck with it. And I'm not gonna switch out anybody right now. I'm just gonna take the same team in. We'll get done, and then the next video we'll start working on chapter 3. See, that's the thing with Magneto. You just need to know how to use him. It also helps to be able to protect your opponent as well. So, look at that. Bam. Sometimes that's hard, though. Especially with, like, when your prestige gets really high during the Alliance questions, you have to go up against Ultron at the very end. My dear sweet Jesus, that is awful. He is one of the most unpredictable like champions that I've ever had to fight inside of the Alliance quests, and it's even worse the higher up, like I said, you get. I literally hate it. First day of the Alliance quest this week, I was able to take Ultron down to like a quarter of his health. And that's all he had left. Like, it was just cleanup. Oh no, look at this real quick. Okay, good. There's only. But yeah, it was just a cleanup crew. Come in and clean it up and get it done. And I tried doing the same thing today with him, and it was just like I got completely demolished. I revived my team, took them back in again, and almost completely demolished again. I'm not even positive that I got him down to half of his health. And I can only imagine how much harder it's going to be when we get there on today's. It's going to be ridiculous. We always end up getting to the point where we can't finish because we've beaten it so many times. And I think that's what hurts us the most. Is we really need some more rank 4 level 40 of 40s. Oh, I did not see that one coming. He got me. He got me good. And that should have stunned him, but, whatever. That's another reason why I'm on so much on the fence with Thor, is I kind of expect him to stun, or at least armor break, for crying out loud. See, we're doing pretty good. We just crossed the 30-minute threshold there. Oh, wow, no. Whoa. Jesus. Shaw. I didn't know there was another leg to this. I thought it was done. I thought that was the last path. Obviously, I didn't scroll up and look. But, whatever. I knew it was too good to be true. Yeah, we're definitely splitting up the next suit. We're not going to be doing one of these again. This is way too long. I mean, we're looking at probably 50 minutes of gameplay after this is all said and done now. I should have just split it up into two. Should have left well enough alone there, but I didn't. Stuff like this would be good for live streams. Yeah. I don't understand why they do that. They just throw in that one little extra. That one little extra path. Yep, we've seen that. That one little extra path that absolutely drives you insane. So obviously they didn't learn from the mistakes they've made in the past and just leave well enough alone. Everything in this game is kind of a cash grab. You have to have money to buy the refills if you don't have them. You have to do all kinds of stuff. It's completely ridiculous. You buy the crystals, you buy the units, you do all that good stuff, and I don't really think they've. Even whenever the servers like go down here, it's not like they care that much. It's like, well, here's some crap, and more crap, and you're like, well, thanks, for a whole lot of jazz that we didn't really need to begin with. It's whatever. Kabam. I would say that they'll eventually get their stuff together, but it's kind of highly doubtful. Boom, Cyclops. Cyclops is another one that the skin on him just really wasn't that great. Whenever the Magneto series first came out and they did the little teaser things and they showed certain characters and stuff, they had the 90s cartoon version of Cyclops on there, and it was like, that's awesome. Let's get that. But it's just kind of tease that, and Weapon X Wolverine, which I don't know how they could have screwed that. They could have screwed Wolverine up completely by doing that, the way that a lot of people think they screwed up Deadpool with X-Force Deadpool. So everybody gets excited over things, and it's like, yeah. Uh, we'll see with the new characters that are eventually going to be coming out. Do not. And he's kicking my butt this time. Missed. See, his moveset is absolutely friggin' amazing. Ooh, is he going to hit us with it? Oh, he could have very easily hit us with L3. It's. I just look at the chapter 4 picture and it's like, there is one champion in there that actually gets you excited, and that's Venom. Mr. Fix-It, not so much. I mean, we've got Hulk. Don't risk it. Give us She-Hulk if you're going to give anything. Give us a new character. Give us She-Hulk. Give us Red Hulk. Give us A-Bomb. I would take any of them, to be honest with you, over Mr. Fix-It. It's not to say Mr. Fix-It wasn't a good character. It's just, I don't know. And then you've got Jane Foster Thor, and it's like really. When I got my Secret Wars Marvel Collector Core box in the mail, it was just, I love pops. Like, you guys should know that by now, that I absolutely love pop vinyls, and my pop collection has probably doubled since the 500 subscriber episode. Like, literally, I am like making room in places to stick the things. But when that came, and it had two exclusive pops in it that no one else had, I was really kind of disappointed in the fact that one was Jane Foster Thor, and the other was Miles Morales Spider-Man. And Miles Morales Spider-Man would have been absolutely completely awesome if his color scheme had been black and red like it's supposed to be, instead of the blue and orangish pink color that Pop put out. There were so many other characters that they could have went with. I absolutely almost went crazy whenever I first opened up the box, because the t-shirt that came in it had Superior Iron Man, Falcon Captain America, Jane Foster Thor, and Miles Morales Spider-Man on it. And I would have absolutely loved to have got a Superior Iron Man and a Captain America Falcon. That would have been absolutely insane if those had been the options that they had sent. So, but that's not what we got. But I am really looking forward to Marvel Collector's Core box for this month. Villains. And last month for the Secret Wars, Jane Foster Thor was on the cover of the box. For Villains, Venom is on the cover of the box. There is a Venom pop. It's out there. It's one of those things that you have to buy offline if you want. And I just haven't got around to doing that. But I would absolutely love to have a Venom pop. That would be absolutely incredible. So if I can get that, that'll be absolutely spectacular. You know what? I may even... that's something I could do. I could definitely do that with the new setup that I'm getting, because the box probably won't be here till sometime by the end of the month. I'm expecting that. And I'll have my setup ready to go. I can actually do a Marvel Collector's Core box unboxing for this month. So that's awesome. And then next month we'll do the Smuggler's Bounty that Pop is actually doing for Star Wars. I haven't subscribed to that yet, but I'm going to. That's a no-brainer, hands down. Those are the two biggest pops that I collect, are the comic book pops and the Star Wars pops. I actually have a whole dresser in my bedroom completely dedicated to Star Wars pops. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I would have to say there's probably like 25 pops just that are Star Wars, which there's absolutely I absolutely have tons more comic book pops, but they're getting harder and harder to find. I don't find as many comic book pops out there anymore. They're starting to go to more pop culture, and it's really kind of disheartening in a way. Because I love the comic book pops. But yeah, they're definitely going towards more 90s movies and pop culture movies from the 80s. Like, I think the last time I went to Hot Topic, I ended up getting the full series of The Fifth Element because they had it. Yeah, I liked The Fifth Element anyway, so. I don't buy pops, though, unless it's something I like. Like, there are some that I just don't touch. There are some, like, Disney ones that I don't touch. I did get a Jack and Sally Disney, and I got the Pumpkin King and Nightshade Sally from the Disney series because I like The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm trying to. I got the Futurama set, as I love Futurama. Couldn't find a regular Bender though. I ended up having to get a Comic Con exclusive. Obviously not exclusive because Hot Topic sells them, but ended up getting what they call their Comic Con exclusives, with which was the Gold Bender, which would have been Parallel Universe Bender from the series. I'm trying to think what else. Skyrim. I got the Skyrim ones because I loved Skyrim. I'm not going to touch the Elder Scrolls Online pops that they have because I have Elder Scrolls Online. I just don't really like it. But I did get Alduin, and I think there was a Whiterun Guard. There was Dovahkiin and the Daedric armor pop. Oh my god! Oh yeah, and we get hit with we get hit with another one. That's lovely. Another Moon Knight. But the Daedric armor pop is absolutely insane. That Daedric armor was my absolute favorite in the Skyrim game, aside from Dragonbone. I didn't care much for the Dragon Scale armor, but I absolutely loved the Dragonbone armor. I was Obviously, I was a very heavy armor kind of person, but that Daedric armor was so hard to get. Probably to me the hardest things to get in that game were the masks and the Daedric armor, but they were so worth it. I like to farm in that game a lot. I like to farm for ebony, to make ebony armors and sell those, and all kinds of other things. I'm trying to think what other kind of pops. Obviously, I've got the Inside Out pops because that movie was absolutely amazing and the kids liked it. And it's got it had a voice actor in it. It was one of my favorite comedians of all time, in Lewis Black. He talked for Anger, so we definitely got that. Oh, and my Dragon Ball Z. I've got the full Dragon Ball Z collection too. I love Dragon Ball Z. I wasn't really a big fan of Dragon Ball or anything, definitely not GT or anything after Dragon Ball Z. But the Dragon Ball Z series was absolutely amazing, so I have all of those pops. I think it was regular Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Final Form Frieza, and Perfect Cell were the ones that came in that. and I absolutely love those. And then obviously I picked up my Batman Arkham Knights series pops today, and he's gonna die. Almost 50 minutes. Got up 3/4 of an hour here worth of content. That's the longest video I think I've ever done. If any of you have actually sat through this that long, I applaud you completely. I know there are other people out there that have done videos much longer than this that you guys probably sit through, but not me. I ramble, as you can tell. Oh, and a premium hero crystal. Woo! Not like we're getting anything good out of it. We couldn't get anything good out of 20 polar opposite crystals, but we're going to hang on to that. I actually had someone else send me a crystal today. He's going to get a shout out in the next crystal opening video. And I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. Like I said, if you've sat through this, I definitely appreciate it. We will not be doing any more of these. They will be broke up. No more long videos like this. So remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Later.